How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We're back in the world of No Rest for the Wicked, and we got a bit of an unfortunate one for you guys today. You probably saw by the title as well as the thumbnail, but it is in relation to the patch update 2. Now, I'm not going to waste too much time on the intro, but if you guys are interested in staying up to date with all things No Rest for the Wicked, consider leaving me a like as well as subscribing to the channel. And yeah, let's dive right into the news. So check out this post on Twitter from Mr. Coral, one of the co-founders of No Rest for the Wicked. Patch 2 for Wicked Game, which we targeted for this week, shaped up to be extra beefy. So much so that we need to give it a bit more time for tuning and bug fixes, and we'll be releasing it very early next week. Really excited and can't wait for all of you to get your hands on it. So yeah, that is the news for the day. The unfortunate news I'm sure a lot of you didn't want to hear, but yeah, we're not going to be getting the update until early next week, because while I do make YouTube videos, I actually work part-time to support myself. So ideally it would not fall upon those 2 days because I will be working, but we will just have to see. Now honestly, for me it doesn't matter what day it drops. Even if I am at work, I'll just come home and get the video out. But yeah, it does look like unfortunately we will not be getting the update, so we will have to wait for early next week. If the team can get it done during the weekend, that would be nice. I'm not going to hold my breath on that, but yeah, a slight delay feels bad, man. Moving on, while there wasn't any major updates for today, which is a little unfortunate, we did get some tweets and a little bit of information on some future changes that we should be expecting in No Rest for the Wicked. No timeline for this, but a little bit of insight from the devs. Check out this tweet from the CEO and creative director, Thomas. One of the things I've been thinking about for a while is how we should reward the various playstyles that Wicked allows for in a more satisfying way. Right now, our give system kicks in if you finish off an enemy by doing a rune or a charge attack. Keep in mind that I used charge attacks as normals on some weapons for added flavor, but we're not rewarding a player for doing that apart from the visuals feeling satisfying. And to be honest, some of them feel really well, especially dagger. The dagger stab is insane, and then the hammer slam, that one's one of my favorite. Really good backstab animation, super nice. I think we should and connect this deeply into the rest of our systems, allow to mod the reward through enchantments, gems, etc. so that ultimately you could plan an entire build around ripping and tearing through enemies by chaining executions together. I think that could feel deeply satisfying. In a similar manner, we should enhance our stealth abilities and reward players for consecutively taking out enemies in a stealthy way. Right now, the various builds we feature are still a bit too close together, but I think we'd win if we rewarded deep mastery of the various classes. So far, people seem to really enjoy our base combat, so that'll always be our base, but there's a whole layer on top of that we could unlock for players that really want to get into the flow. Now, there's actually a lot to digest here. First off, I am a big fan of stealth in games. Whenever I play MMOs, my go-to class is either being a tank, either being a healer, or being a stealth-based character so I can run around and stab people while they're not looking. I love that playstyle. It feels super fun. I'm a big PvP player, so whenever I see stealth, that's really nice. Now, how deep they're going to go into the stealth is very interesting. I don't foresee it being full-fledged stealth where you activate a skill and you're just invisible, because that feels very OP. At least it does for trash mobs. I don't know how OP that is for big bosses, unless you can do it fairly reliably and go stealth. They de-aggro and look around and you hit them when they're not looking. That can be a really cool playstyle. For example, when you go stealth and come back, you'll get a bonus attack damage. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, this discussion is one of those discussions I'm really looking forward to, because I really love when the devs put a lot of effort into looking at the builds, because that's really important. Down in the comments, feel free to leave you guys' idea and suggestions on what you would like to see improved in the game in terms of build direction. Very similar to what Thomas said here. That would be really good, because I know sometimes the devs actually watch these videos and they very likely read the comments, so it'd be nice to leave your comments down below. Next, check out this really awesome spreadsheet from Amasoful. Recently he reached out to me after a video, I believe it was the last video I did the other day, and he's in the Discord just like I am. You should maybe check that out. I'll have that link down in the description. If you want to join it, you definitely should. But he actually posts this in the build section of the Discord, and this is a pretty useful itemization spreadsheet. It pretty much breaks down everything in the game, just to kind of point out very specific things that would be good for me. Would be the weapon section. This actually shows every single weapon in the game. It shows where they drop, the different stats required, the points needed, the tier, and the base rune within them. I spent an hour yesterday just going through the entire spreadsheet and just looking at all the different weapons as well as the different runes and where to get them, because I really love making good builds. And the spreadsheet actually details exactly what's available now, what's unreleased, where you can get it, as I said a second second ago, and it's actually fairly useful for pretty much any player who's like trying to figure things out. I'll have this link down in the description if you want to check it out directly. Once again, you can go to the Discord and check it out as well. He has it linked there. He's a pretty active member. I'm sure he put a lot of work into this and it looks really damn good, and I'm gonna be keeping this on my third monitor at all times when I'm making some build videos. But yeah, really awesome spreadsheet and definitely a welcome addition to the game because it does give us a lot of information we definitely need. Finally, check out this tweet from Mr. Coral. Big rendering things coming to Wicked Game this week. We have also separated transparency rendering from the main rendering pass, which means better visual effects quality, sharper and more lively in motions. And then he also had a follow-up tweet. Been doing a lot of testing Wicked Game in 4K HDR with the upcoming DLSS, FSR, and our new transparency rendering. And I'm just in awe with the image quality and performance, especially with all the CPU improvement. Incredibly excited for you all to get your hands on this. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be coming with the patch early next week, which is going to be a lot of visual improvements. As far as I know is I just jump onto GeForce Now and just put it in 4K and just enjoy the game. But for those of you who understand a lot of this stuff, it looks like this is going to be coming with the next patch update, and it's going to vastly improve some of the visuals in the game, which I think the game already looks pretty damn good, but this should give some really nice improvements. Anyways, that's pretty much all the news for this video. I don't like dragging out the videos. I could like add a bunch of random stuff, but that's not really important. Just kind of want to keep it focused on the game. Once we finally get some information on the upcoming patch, I will be sure to keep you guys up to date. If you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, consider leaving me a like as well as subscribing to the channel. The algorithm really likes when you leave a like. That actually helps me a ton, so consider leaving that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next No Rest for the Wicked video, probably Monday or Tuesday. Have a good night, guys.